Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's The Word in a Flash. I'm Freddie Wilson. Today's subject is things that I'm afraid of. Life is full of fearful things and anxiety. I'm here to tell you that if you put your faith and trust in God, God will alleviate all your fears. This reminds me of a song called Things That I'm Afraid Of by artist Josh Wilson. Some of the lyrics to that song go, "When I'm shaking and my heart's pounding, you always take me and make me lie down in peaceful fields where I can clear my head. 'Cause I get so overcome with anxiety and there's an enemy living inside of me, like a marker yelling out, telling lies to me, and I don't feel brave, but I have to be." The song further goes, "When my emotions turn against me, not faith nor reason could convince me that you have patience left to fight for me. And my depression has affected every ounce of me. I can get the medication and the counseling, still I hear the fear calling out to me. And I don't feel brave, but I have to be, 'cause," and the chorus to the song goes, "I walk through the valley of shadows, and it scared me half to death. But you're with me everywhere I go, so I won't have to give up yet. My fears would have surely killed me if I didn't know the truth. The things that I'm afraid of are afraid of you." Very good message. It should apply to all of us. I'm suggesting that you move from fear to faith. Too many times in life you try to make things work, but it didn't. You try to concede other people that can help you get things done, and sometimes that doesn't always help as well. You just need to quit being afraid to tackle those things in life. Put your faith in God, and He'll help you along the way. Failure makes you afraid to try again and to think that things can't change to be the positive. You have to shake off the weight of failure and turn to God and never doubt. Matthew 14:27 through 31 reads, "But Jesus spoke to them at once. 'Don't be afraid,' He said. 'Take courage, I am here.' Then Peter called to Him, 'Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you, walking on the water.' 'Yes, come,' Jesus said. So Peter went over the side of the boat and walked on the water towards Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves, he was terrified and began to sink. 'Save me, Lord,' he shouted. But Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. 'You have so little faith,' Jesus said. 'Why did you doubt me?'" I think that passage applies to a lot of us. We have trust and faith in God, but when we actually go through what we have to go to get to Him, we see how bad things look, and we begin to give up or have doubt. You should never doubt when God is showing you that He's with you. 1 Timothy 6:6 remind us that godliness with contentment produces great gain. You have to be content in what you have, but understand that God can bless you with more. But you have to stay faithful to know that He can do it regardless of your circumstances. The Bible teaches us that God said He would never fail us. He would never leave us. We have to pray to God and say, "God, you are my helper. I will never be afraid." Some of you are very faithful and do what God have you to do, and you begin to wonder why things aren't going your way. Well, that might be due to some people out there who set snares for you. Remember, God can deliver us from the snares that others set for us. Psalms 91:1-6 reads, "Those who lived in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him, for he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the day. Do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday. I have to caution you, there's not always an instant reward when you do what God will have you to do. There's always a chance where you may have some doubt. Even Mary was afraid at first. Luke 1:30 reads, "Don't be afraid, Mary," the angel told her, "for you have found favor with God." Some of the things we're dealing with now are because we didn't listen to what God was telling us. Too many of us have run away from when God was telling us to do a certain thing. Some of us may have finally sought what he wants us to do, but are still hesitant to do what he tells us to do. Others of you are still running from what God is trying to get you to do. If God is calling you to ministry, don't run from it. If God is calling you to join a certain local church and be a helpful part to the community, listen to him. It'll benefit the church and you. If God is telling you to move away from a certain group of people that are holding you back, don't be afraid of letting them go. God will sometimes set conditions on your blessings. He'll already have it available for you to have, but he's waiting on you to act. He's waiting on you to be faithful enough to walk through that door. Sometimes you have to meet the conditions before you receive the promise. John 10:10 reads, "The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life." Are you ready for a satisfying life? I know I am. Stay faithful and let God guide you. Don't let anything in your life cause you to fear. Understand that things that you are afraid of God. And with that, be blessed.